What's flash?
I got a camera flash that goes like.
Why?
I was thinking about how you synchronize them. You don't have one of those things that go.
Sound.
I thought of like a clap.
Yeah, no, it's
just-
sound.
just
But don't
is
worry, with synchronization, it's easy.
Yeah. Cool.
We can sit like this. So it's just we could use this thing for exercises and other things.
All right. Cool. Cool studio. Thanks for having me in your studio.
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Really happy to be here today.
Yeah. Me too. I'm glad that you fly here.
Came all this way.
Yeah.
Me too.
Anyway, this is for us. This is for fun. Nidra. You were saying about Nidra, and I was wanted to tell you about this one thing from this book.
Yeah.
That I think is really cool.
Sure. I've got a cramp in my foot.
What I would suggest doing is I would want us to upload this on YouTube on the channel where nobody watches it. For us, in 1 year, it would be cool to watch this video and we could say like hi us in the future.
Hi. This is how it starts.
Yeah, this is how it starts. This is how we have certain level of embodiment, awareness, awakening skills.
Yeah, 42 currently.
42.
But I look forward to seeing where we're at in a year.
42 in the Chris score scale, like this. Someday they will measure the awakening level in your.
That's exciting to think about. A scale to measure enlightenment.
Yes.
It would have to be infinite.
Well, yes, that's the actual true state of things. But for the subscription and for the money making, there's very certain level. Yes. If you want to get to number 12, then you could pay like $7 or something per year.
Okay. The 12 is like.
Yeah, it's
nothing. Most babies are born with more.
Yeah, but it will sell.
But this is what happens. You're born with pure awakening enlightenment. Shit happens.
Yeah. You go to minus 70.
Minus, into the negative. And then you slowly crawl your way back out. Back to 42.
42. This is for us, like for paid members, like 12.
Yeah. Cool. So, Nidra.
Anyhow, Nidra.
Yoga Nidra.
And I would suggest like experiment with what changes when this whole thing now happens.
Yeah.
How is it different? Does it feel different? For me, it feels different. I notice some blend.
Yeah, it is different. What I notice most is how different it is from what I would normally or have experienced when this is present in the past. In the past, this would be like night and day difference, such that I would be like really self-conscious and really concerned about everything I'm doing. And now it feels surprisingly comfortable. It's not this, it is a little bit different. It's certainly a little bit different, but surprisingly similar to without it. Or it's like as if I don't care as much as I used to. And that's exciting for me. That's cool.
Are you aware that these things are recording you? Like,
yes,
is it in your awareness?
Yes.
And
yes. But
before,
I would be used to that being like 90% of my awareness or something like that, such that I had so little capacity to be present, to be with my thoughts, to feel my body. But now it's like it feels like the opposite, 10% of my awareness.
And if you look at these camera, like at that camera, it has the biggest the biggest lens. How does it feel? Like what's the difference between you looking at it and actually focusing on and staying embodied? But
it's a little bit harder when I look at it. A little bit of the it's harder to be here in my body because
what makes it harder? What happens in you that?
Oh, but hold on, I can play with that. So what I noticed is there's a way that I can like almost like put my focus and attention outside, like externalize it for me.
Yeah.
And by default, that's what happened when I look at it. It's like I move.
You go outside your body.
Yeah, I go outside my body. But once I notice that, I can be like, oh, and now it feels more like the 10% when I was just looking at you saying, oh, I know it's there. It's like, oh, I know it's there, but now I can. So it's cool. It was like the kind of unconsciously default was like I went out to it to meet it out there, but I can also kind of come back in my body and then just I can receive it. I can let it come to me. Yeah. When I do that, then it feels back to like no big deal.
Okay, no big deal. That's kind of great, but if you split your awareness 50-50, so you're being watched. So it's not only, so this is like this lens it's someone is watching, like someone will watch. So it's like attention towards you. But how do you okay, it's for me. This is how internally I feel. How then what this lens, this camera, is for you, like these 10%, or when you look at it?
I didn't even go as far as to consider that before.
Yeah.
All I knew is that like there is a scary thing over there. It's like this unknown. Because I don't know what's on the other side of it. I don't know what people are doing. I don't know if people will. I think this sort of thing. Yeah, ridicule, pointing, laughing, right? All of these like projections of fear from childhood. Mm-hmm. And so all I know is that all of those exist. So it's like this black box of fear, kind of. When I now get more in touch with like imagining a person on the other side of it.
Okay. Yeah.
Like a person watching it. That actually then lessens the fear, because it's now something known and something. And even if they are pointing and laughing at me, like whatever my worst fears are, editing a video, making me look whatever.
Yeah.
That's fine too, because now I don't know. The unknown, when it was like I look at this lens and I don't know what it is. It's like I'm too afraid to like even go past that.
So when you look at the lens or the camera, you notice that this unknownness in you, and the fears and the stories or fantasies about that person who's on the other side watching you.
When I get in touch with the stories and fantasies, like if I actually let them play out a little bit, then it's less scary. It's like when I resist them and just go, there is something scary there, and then stop and not even go any further, that's actually worse and more intense than if I actually kind of like play them out and like think of like what is the worst thing that can happen. Once I get in contact with that and actually contact it, it kind of disarms it and like robs it of the intensity of the fear. And like, oh, like whatever the worst thing I can imagine someone doing, like, okay, like no big deal.
So when you stay with this, it shifts.
Yeah. Not only when I stay with it, because I could like again meet that point, pre-contact, with the fear, and then resist it and say, I don't know what that is. It's scary. I don't want to go there. And if I stay there, I'll stay stuck in the fear. It won't move. It will get.
Can you stay there? Can you stay in this pre-contact where so? First step, when you got in touch with Lance, you notice the stories, the negative stories, the stories that are kind of like negative. Like
what I'm saying is, I didn't even notice them. I just noticed the presence of them.
The presence, okay. And those stories were about something potentially undesirable happening, like people editing that in the way of laughing at you or something. So these stories, like this is what comes first, and then when you moved forward, it shifted. Yes. But what if you could you like not move forward? Stay with that, like in this state where pre-contact, where they might be laughing at you, or doing it but not being stuck, but just being in this place without being stuck or moving forward, just with that.
Okay.
and pay attention to your breath, body, and
I noticed it's a little bit hard to pay attention, but I was already trying. But I noticed my whole body is a little bit tense. Tense. I noticed my breathing is not very deep. It actually stopped for a little bit there. I noticed like a freeze-like response, like contraction, freeze.
So the movement that just happens when you stay there is towards freezing, towards less movement, internal movement.
Internal and external. I notice my body. It doesn't feel as loose. Before that, I think I was like, like little bits of just moving around like this. But I noticed when I was doing it, it's like not moving at all.
This is if you stay in touch with the stories that someone is
I think
tries to take advantage of you. This
yeah.
easy way, like you this or that. Like
I think like ridiculing me,
which is taking advantage of you. Of like easy. You said like something easy something. It was easy something. It's like when I make a joke at your expense. Like easy way of like.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So what you're describing, them ridiculing you, is an easy way for them to feel something more pleasant at your expense. So what you're describing is like at your expense. What happening?
That.
Yeah.
I feel like that's an assumption that it is actually at my expense.
Okay, but I mean, like this is what comes up.
Yes.
So it's what if there, like in camera or behind the camera, is standing. Here are two. Like this is a little scary. Like your mom.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah, but I mean, like, does this change? Like, if when I say, like, okay, your mom.
No. Sorry.
Okay, Rachel.
Sorry. Yes, it does change. It does change. When I had this assumption, like, it will be worse. With my mom, probably not worse. Probably could go both ways. Could go either way. Could be like maybe I'm a little bit extra self-conscious.
I mean, like, do you notice something like when I say your mom?
Yeah. Okay. I then went out there again.
Great.
Less embodied.
Okay. So when your mom is there, some like dissociate.
You got some water.
But then the next thing that I want to ask you, Joe Hudson.
It's kind of the same. I'm like also imagining. I'm having to imagine this. I'm having to like put attention out there to imagine a person there when I do that. But I can also stay here and then do it for both. And when I stay here and do it for both, again, it feels more empowering, more grounded, more centered. Which is the same with the camera. So let's go back to the pre-contact with the idea of someone ridiculing me. Interesting. I think there's a way I can even stay and be with that and be more embodied. But my default was I wasn't out there when I imagined it. I wasn't like disembodied. I was embodied, but I was frozen and numb and then dissociated. And so it's like I noticed there's like a difference. I was already here, but I was like disconnected from it. I can then find a way of being with that pre-contact and be here, but be more embodied, be more open to it, or feel less of the freeze.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like I first had to notice that I could do that, because it's like and the examples of my mom, even just the lens, Joe Hudson, it's like I noticed, oh, my attention is like out there, not really centered in me. And then once I noticed that, I was like, oh, I can kind of pull back, and then I can still be with the lens. I can be pre-contact of those, my lens, Joe Hudson, my mom. And similarly, when I notice, even though I wouldn't have said I'm out there when I was feeling that pre-contact, I was here but dissociated or numb or frozen. I can somehow, there's like a similar shift though, a shift where like, it's like, oh, here I am with it a little bit. And I can still feel it. But yeah, they all feel like a sort of coming back to my center.
Mm-hmm.
Like, being embodied again, being more present with, I guess, the here and the now, whereas each of those is a story, a fantasy, whether it's my mom there, whether it's Joe there, whether it's the story of what a camera means, whether it's like all of those. They're a bit of a story that is a fantasy, a projection, and I kind of go into those. And then for all of those, I also have the ability to kind of like, I can still engage with them, but I can like from a different place where I feel a little bit more like my unique place, my center, I've heard someone use this term, so it's not my own, but like seat to sit in to run my body or something like that. As if there's a little thing inside me. I'm
home.
Yeah, my home, my center.
And here's the next thing weird thing to try. What if on the other end of this camera, you were looking at you? Just like you are, like, so you, not someone from the future, not someone from the past, like your current, you,
right?
Yeah, looking. And would he laugh? Would he what would be ridiculous you, or what would happen? Yeah. What happens in you when I pose this question?
I think a lot of things. For me, it was recognition that all of those, I don't know how to put this word. Okay. What I imagined is I imagined different versions of me watching it. Me watching it right here and now. Me watching it, and me, I guess, watching an older version of me watching it. And I recognize that even here and now, when I watch it, there will be a little bit of reaction in me, that like a bit of a cringe, like, ooh, is that how I look? Is that how I sound? Oh, I don't like those mannerisms. I don't like something about what I'm seeing or hearing. All right, so I recognize that even me now, present, would have a little bit of reaction to seeing myself, and that the most prominent thing I notice is something of judgment of myself. Like, I didn't like this don't like the way I sound, don't like the way I look, something like that.
Yeah.
And then I noticed that like that would have been way stronger longer ago. Like an older version of me would be an even harsher critic of myself.
Okay, we still have these.
Cool. So I noticed that there's a difference between me, and then that's partly why I'm more comfortable now. What I'm realizing is it's all my own fears, my own projections, my own judgments. It's like I am my own worst enemy. In a way, something like that. I'm my own harshest critic. So the idea of me worrying about someone else ridiculing me, it's really because I have the capacity to ridicule me or someone else. And since I know that, and since I do that and have done that, I think that's what makes me aware of the fact that I don't know, like afraid of that or something, or feel that. But maybe now, because I also have more capacity to just accept me as I am, love me as I am, and see more than just the, oh, I don't, like whatever it is I might pick out myself. I can also see like, oh, all the beautiful things about myself, all the things I like. And so I think because I also have so much more access to that now, it's kind of like, well, that just changes the feeling tone of it all. It's like, again, it's like if it's 90, long ago it would have been 90% anxiety, just because like 90% of all I could have seen when I looked at this would like feel the cringe, and like very little feel and see anything but that. Now I can feel and see a little bit of that, a little bit of whatever I might judge, but I also could see so much more that I love. And so I don't know if this is answering your question, but I'm realizing all those projections of anyone else on the other side really were a projection of me in a way. It is me on the other side.
Yeah, I noticed that what happens, like when you said right now, whether you're answering my question or not, I asked your question about, and this is really cool. This is what I notice in our conversations and in myself a lot, and it's really cool. Property is, I asked you about your question, what changes in your body, how you feel. You answered it, so you observed it. Like you observed, you basically you were in touch with the sensual stuff. You were embodied, and then you got into. So this was like 10% of this time chunk, and then the other 90% you started thinking about it, and like, oh, why? Because this happens because of this and this and this. So in this like mind exploration of this, and so which tells me that that currently this is the proportion of like what happens when you stay. When you get in touch with your embodiment. So this is how like it's the dance of between.
Cool observation.
Yeah, I hope that's. So if you, that like a little bit judgmental and all that, you said attention, most of his attention is on that, how you look, how you say, how you do. If he gets in contact with the fact that you are now recording yourself, that you are now doing this experiment of
who's he?
You now.
Me.
Yeah, the one that you. So you said like the what you noticed is like he would judge your appearance or something. Sure. Great, okay, but what he thinks or how do you feel? Like what happens when he gets in touch with that you are actually recording yourself right now, and you're doing this experiment. You are doing this exploration.
I noticed my body soften as soon as I got in touch with that. Relax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like pretty distinctly noticed that.
And the next thing, if you look at the camera and there is you there, like your current you, and he's there how he is, so there's some judgment about your appearance or maybe like whatever judgment it is, and also how he thinks about what you're doing right now, this might be cool or brave or something like what response or how you would want him to treat you, or okay, he judges you, but what you would want, how you want him to see you, how you would want him to relate to you. What would be the desirable way for you to for him?
I kind of know, but it's hard to. I don't clearly know.
And when you stay with this question, and you get like touch these possibilities a little bit, what happens here? So it's just like it's not about what you know. With these possibilities, about you kind of know.
I noticed a mix of things happening here. Again, it started with an initial softening,
Mm-hmm.
and then I noticed a little bit of a return back to a little bit of tension.
Mm-hmm.
And then I noticed trying to go to the mind to like, I mean, you're asking me to describe things, and in order to communicate, somehow my mind needs to be engaged to some extent. It's used to then like taking the wheel. So I noticed that happening. But I noticed that when I think about, or when I be with that question, overall the tendency is toward noticing, can be both. It's this dance between disembodiment and embodiment, and when it's toward the embodiment, I notice it's relaxing, it's softening. And part of it was, I think, even when I went to the mind, is and imagine what do I want, it kind of allowed me to like imagine, project that, make that more real, get in touch with that, and then that had an effect of softening my body a little bit. So it was really cool.
Okay, and now if you look at the camera and compare it with like originally, it felt you got in touch with it. Is it different, same? Now how you look at the camera? How does it feel to look at the camera?
It is different. It feels safer, and I notice that I feel far more embodied by default when I look at it. My default is not to kind of like be pulled out toward the camera, focusing on that, and then pulled into those stories, projections, fears.
Now I suspect you look like you want to ask me something.
I did recognize, I was like, what is this here? Am I being interviewed? Are you the host? Or does this go both ways?
I just was really curious about how do you relate to the camera and what happens in this way, and I can answer your question, or do you want? I would love to answer like this implied question.
Yes, please. What are we doing here? What the fuck are we even doing here?
I feel that for me, we're doing whatever we want.
Cool.
So for me, my want was to know and to get to know and explore a little bit your how you relate to the camera. What happens when you look at it? What happens when you do this or that? What, like all these questions that I asked you, I was really curious to know what your sensations, not thoughts, but more like sensations about it. Why I was curious, or like what was behind the want, is that I had my own set of experiments that I've had with recording myself and observations, and what has been changing for me since I did the first recordings a few years ago, and it was. I have my experience, and it was really curious to get a taste of how is it like for you, specifically for you, for a different human being who like really can really get in touch with it.
How did it taste for you? To experience what I shared.
I felt
taste my experience.
Oh, that's what she said.
Taste? How do I taste?
Delicious. It felt like I felt a pull. I felt that I don't need to force my attention to stay here. I felt naturally drawn towards my being here and staying with what you are like, this exploration. This is interesting because everywhere in my life, I noticed this natural. It's as if my relaxed attention starts to condense in this, like it's kind of like that focus, but condense in this exploration in you trying this, so in with this. And I felt my calm pleasure in that, and some excitement, and I was enjoying it, and some curiosity, like what if this person is there? What if this person is there? So it was like interesting to do that. And also I felt exciting sharing something like this experience, like giving you the taste of this experience, because I find it really something. It's quite lovely, and it
has a certain je ne sais
je
quoi.
ne sais quoi. Yes, not every time. Sometimes it has this sense of evil in it, that you kind of evil. So I felt exciting to share that with you, and I was wondering whether you feel or taste some colors in it, and so it felt like sharing a delicious meal that I really love with you, and finding out whether you like it or not, and what happens if I put a little salt in it, or more pepper, or I just like hey, kinda, very roughly that.
Cool.
And I'm enjoying all this.
I enjoyed tasting this meal, this experience you've given me, and playing. And it's like asking about each of them. What do you think about this part of it? And
yes,
how is this flavor? And what if you, what if you really put your attention here? And what's your experience of these for the past? Or at least I noticed that. Yeah. I noticed that. Oh, this comes with past connections to the past.
So, and it didn't feel like I coach you or interview you. It felt like, hey, let's play with this thing. Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, let's play with this thing. Oh, here's a game. Like, okay, let's play in this game. Oh yeah. So, and if it came from the place how I would like the coaching, I would not have enjoyed that as much. And I suspect that if I someday if I coach someday, I would rather do it from this space, from not interviewing, not being a therapist, not being a coach, but being an explorer, like together. And yes, of course, I know I have a certain set of experiences that I've had with this or with this, but it's not like now I want you to be like this. Now, let's play to it instead. Let's play together. Let's do this. What if this? It feels so much more alive and exciting.
I noticed when I posed that question of like, now am I gonna ask you questions? Then it felt like me kind of like, there was a constriction. I felt the constriction.
It's like there was a certain expected rut or certain expected set.
Or a certain way I must perform.
Yes.
And if I don't perform that way, like it's my own expectation. And if I don't perform that way, then I'm doing it wrong. And then I noticed again the fear, the constriction, the tightness, the anxiety, the tension. And then I noticed that when I just notice that and kind of welcome it and just go, oh, I noticed that, it kind of dissolves and passes, which like it shifts, it doesn't stay, which was just cool for me. And I feel softer and more playful, and all right, let's play, let's explore. Yeah.
In that rut, or in that place that of certain roles, when I get in touch with it, I notice suppression. I notice how my energy, excitement transforms into being unsafe, under threat. It like freezes more, suppresses. It's more like smoke. Like after it's like this like when there is a fire. But what's the place where you like just fire pit, and with just regular wood, and there's smoke comes from it, and if you breathe the smoke, it's not unpleasant. Yeah. There's this kind of weird smell, and that smoke. This is how that suppression feels like that smoke from the fire. It's like suffocating, but in a unpleasant way. And I can remember, or that I know that I have been in this, taking on this role and in this state many, many times. And now it feels like that this play feels like something so delicious and desirable, and something that I really, really like.
It is so desirable. I still notice myself.
Yes.
Going back and getting a little bit more, and I actually feel the differences. Like I don't know. It's hard because I'm trying to listen. So when I'm listening, I'm also trying to be calm. But there's something about when I'm there, then I notice the tension a little bit, and like notice myself. I guess, I don't know, managing myself, regulating myself, trying to pay attention, because there's a part of me that, like a background thread, that wants to spin off and like think about what's the next question, how am I holding myself, with a little bit of that. So I notice that. And then I notice when that's not happening, I'm more freed up and I feel more loose. And right now when I'm talking, it's like because it's like maybe I'm trying to like lean into that a little bit, but I notice there's also less room for that background thread to be running. At least right now, I can. Sometimes there was times in the past where I couldn't. It would take the kind of foreground and sort of dominate, such that I had no capacity, and I would actually be like, it would be like so in the forefront that I didn't have the capacity to kind of be loose and play. So now I don't know. I notice it's easier when I'm talking to not have that come about, and then sometimes when I'm listening, I feel fully present here and just in wonder and not distracted by that little loop, that thought loop. But I noticed it pushed. For all the listeners who watch it out there, almost knocked over a plant.
Yes. With all the soil that would be on the carpet
everywhere.
And I did it once, and I don't want to clean up.
I almost did it, and it was. I felt the intensity of
yes. No,
this cannot happen.
Oh my God.
So I noticed that, kind of like it's a pull toward that distraction of that I'm, I can like try and fight it a little bit, and when I fight it, it actually like it strengthens or like resists, and it stays there. And that's like, even with like the tension, it's like I can try and fight it, and like even like, oh, I don't want to be so tense or something, but then it almost persists. But then there's a way you're just kind of like noticing it and accepting it and not trying to change it, that then allows it to sort of soften, or it seems to be less gripping.
I sensed or felt a similar or similar something in me when I remember when I said about this state of being suppressed and smoke, and that it was prevalent.
It was just 1 minute ago. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. Ouch.
Fair question. I didn't always have the capacity to remember things that happened 1 minute ago, especially in a setting like this. So fair question. It was a little bit of a jab. A fun play.
Oh, I think you broke my jaw. Ouch.
Go on. Yeah,
so the smoke state, and that it was prevalent for the most of my life. And then there's this state of playfulness. So they are two states. And so I know that 5 years ago, if I would discover that state of playfulness, I would want to, or I would treat this state of smoke as now forbidden for me. And I'm like, no, the state of smoke, I'm not, like, this is good and this is bad.
Yeah.
And that would be actually that what then would happen is for some time I would be able to be in this state, but then I would revert to just being in weird state of, maybe to the old habit, but more to the state where I lost belief, or I'm just disappointed. I'm like, nothing will work for me. No changes will come. Like, nothing good will happen. No positive improvements will happen to my life. Even if I discovered some good thing, it won't last. It will not stick and transform my life. Whereas now, when I described to you these two states, I feel that both are in my system, and I will not expel or reject or will want to eradicate the smoke state. And it also feels even more, there's more sense of meaning and satisfaction in being able to have both states rather than just only the playful one. It's weird because this one, the smoke state, it's unpleasant. Yeah. It's something that I don't want myself to be in this state often, but I feel that both can happen for me. And if the smoke state happens, I would not be like, oh no, like, no, I'm not good. No, smoke is not, I need to play. Oh, play.
Yeah.
So I won't be, it's not even scared. It's like, it's like this. And so it's like meeting a person with this diseases that were like really deadly, and you're like, I don't want to even touch this. Is there worth this?
Yeah, there's like, it's not coming to me.
But something like this kind of reaction. I think, like with the rabbis, maybe, or something.
The rabbis?
Yeah.
Is that how you react to rabbis?
What were the epidemics, like the most like that come to you, epidemics that were in the medieval ages?
Yeah, I'm thinking like the Black Plague.
For example, someone with a Black Plague.
Yeah, and just how you would react to them.
Yes.
Yeah. There's a repulsion. It's
yes.
not even repulsion. It's like you pull yourself away out of fear of engaging with them and that they will infect you.
Yes. So this is how I would respond to these parts of myself that were once.
Yeah.
And now that I'm like, that I can, both can be in my system, and both are just like some fingers, like both are my fingers. It feels so much more relaxed. It feels that I can freely explore and go from one to another, and there's also some play in that and some freedom. So that.
I noticed when you shared that how lovely felt my system, and how soft, and just to welcome both. And then I noticed like
not to welcome. It feels. Remember what I like. It's like both are already welcomed, so you don't need to do it anything. So it's just like, is this place? Huh?
Even better.
Yeah. So because I'm sorry if I correct you, but for me it feels that I don't need to do anything right now extra, and both are already allowed or welcomed.
Yeah.
So there is no job for me here. I just honestly, have the fruits of
even better, because you're welcoming is like a little bit of work. You're like, oh
yes,
yeah. So what I meant by that is not rejecting the uncomfortable part. Yeah, it's like phases of it. First is like maybe there's room for not rejecting it, and that makes room for the other experience, and then but sometimes when you notice the other, like, this is better, this is what I want, and then a bit of tendency is like, well, then push that away, right, a little bit. And so that's why I went, but then there's like, okay, welcoming both, which is still active and takes some energy and work. Mm-hmm. And then I think what you described is like even better, because it's just, you notice and just like allow, like there's no work to be done, both can be there. And I noticed as you're describing this, like I still struggle with that a little bit. I'm still struggling, like I notice it, something wants to be like, I don't want to be like that. I want to be softer, more present, easier flowing, whatever. And then I noticed that there's still a little bit of like effort to welcome that, to not push it. And like, yeah, because there's still a part of me that wants to also push it away.
Cool.
Yeah. All right, what else? that a wrap? That's a wrap.
Yeah. So for me, usually when I look at the camera now, it is as having a conversation with someone who listens, but I get to talk all the time. I get to explore.
To be seen.
Yes. So this is just a place for me to explore like we do. And that is available for me 24/7.
Cool.
And I get to turn it on as many times. And it feels like an intention. So
that's really neat. Yeah, this is bringing to mind to me the idea of the fear of being seen, which like I have been realizing even more lately, like how alive that has been for me for so long, and still is. But I noticed that shifting, and now I'm noticing my enjoyment of being seen, and or desire to be seen.
Yes.
And so, in a way, it's like now that that exists and there's space for that, it shifts this whole experience. And so when you even shared that felt was like that even helped even more to relax into this. Like, oh, cool. Because there's a part of
attention.
Yeah, there's a part of me that wants attention and wants to be seen. And wow, yeah, ooh, it's just here now. And and you're right. I have like full control over like just taking all the space however I want, and no one's gonna really cut me off.
Yeah.
Except for when the battery dies.
Yeah.
So something's clearly trying still, and like.
So.
I was wondering if we're allowed to swear on this show.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
And I was trying to come up with the perfect joke, but I bailed. It wasn't coming to me. The perfect way to curse in that moment. It's past. It's gone. Next, soon it'll come.
So, and while we were discussing it, I realized that I'm paying a coach or a therapist for his attention. Of course, there is some exploration. But I'm paying for being listened to.
Yeah.
Is it being listened to? Yeah, I'm being listened to, and for the space where I can actually explore, and he'll be there and see me. Here, well, I paid for the camera. Of course, there's some.
Is there any difference to those two though?
Yes, it is. It feels like it's not a replacement. It's just a complementary, cool thing that also can add to it, but not remove. Yeah, it's a complementary thing. I'd rather prefer a human to a camera.
Yeah.
And I noticed that there is something in the camera that a human cannot deliver as well.
Oh, what's that?
It feels like what it is. There is a creative space in it. So I record this, and I'll need to edit it in software. This is some tech. It's not a human. It's a piece of tech, a cool piece of tech that is recording me. It's a pure piece of tech that is capturing like attention, but the attention it's different than the human that's sitting there. It will not get tired. It will not like so. It's just. I feel it like as a robot, but friendly robot who's here on my side, and we're doing it together. But it is a robot with its own robotic soul or something, which is different than a human. And there's a little bit
more reliable. It's going to stay there. It's not going to leave or abandon me. It's not going to cut me off or attack me.
Somewhat, yeah. But it's like pure friendly, and it's different. I like robots. I really like humans, but there's something also for me. I'm an engineer. I like tech. I like devices, and I see it as an extension. Like
me too. And I think for me, I'm just realizing that's why. For me, it's like I can for the most part trust it not to hurt me. It's safe. It feels safe. It feels always understood, reliable.
And I feel empowered here. I feel in control.
Yeah, we are in control. If we've chosen to set it up in this way. Aside from the battery guys.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
We're in control.
And I can play with it. I can experiment with it. I can do plenty of things. Upload to YouTube. There's certain creative
or delete it.
Yeah. But I'd rather not. Yeah. But yeah, or delete it. And there is a lot of creative. I feel a lot of creative expression of myself. Like there's a place for creativity in it. And technology, and this is where I get excited about technology. This is the actual place where I love this microphone. I love the camera, and so there's something in it that I really enjoy. And I realize that now that we're doing it, I'm used to do it alone, and it feels different. Now this feels even way better. It's like 50 times more better right now.
Oh, I'm just realizing you shared about podcasters and podcasting, and how one of the questions they have to, like, you have to, would you enjoy podcasting all the time, that if that's your vocation, that's your work? Yeah. And this is fun. This is fun.
It's and imagine doing different like practices, experimenting, and this kind of exploration, but recording it and sharing it, or recording certain experiments in the way that how we did it, and how what worked, what not, how this breath worked, how this didn't work. So you notice that because I noticed a mix of things. I noticed some excitement, some pull, and a little bit of residual tension, fear, stress over it, anxiety. What I noticed more though is that is so much different right now in the present. The distribution, or the weighting of those, it's like mostly excitement and like fuck yeah, and like very little of that. I even thought back to like a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, when you proposed this. Yeah. And it was way more the other balance. So I could have just kind of got in touch with that for a moment. And when I got in touch with it, I felt, I was like, oh wow. But also right here and now, it actually feels so much more like this, which is really cool. It's yes, let's do it. We are doing it. Yes, we are doing it. We're experimenting in the moment. And I also imagined maybe having a channel. Like there are channels like where two people work on the channel and they appear in it, where to share things that you and I would tried and what worked with them. Yeah. It's like, oh, I tried this kind of meditation. This is what happened. I tried this kind of meditation. This is what happened. I did this great decisions course. This is what happened. I did this practice. This is what happened.
Sounds really cool.
Gratitude. This is what happened. Yeah. Money questions. This is what happened. Embodiment. This is what happened.
Cool. Yeah, I actually have so much content.
Yes, and now I realize that it's just
kind of sad for me to actually think of the fact that I've been keeping all of that in, not sharing it.
Yeah. And I feel that when I shared this breath work with you and was there, it felt like this, I'm sharing something that I've tried and this is how it feels and this is how I enjoyed it. And how it feels that, I have enjoyed learning about the practice and experiencing the practice myself. And so this is this enjoyment. And then I'm also, while I'm sharing this, I'm adding to enjoyment. I'm kind of spending more time in it. I'm sharing it with other people who, if they watch that, who are like-minded people who are interested in this stuff. Yeah. And imagine, so this might bring in more people who like things that you like.
Yeah, that's how you build a community, find like-minded people.
Man, I think it is a great idea. It is a great idea.
It is a great idea. And with it will come a small subset of people who will ridicule, who will give negative comments.
Great.
And, I wanted to ask, how will you meet that? How will you feel about that?
If you don't like it, go fuck yourself.
We're just trying to figure out when we bring Joe.
Yeah.
Joe into this.
But I think it is this is not a joke for recording.
No.
Yeah. Because good.
Yeah, good.
I thought about it. I would say Dima fuck yourself lost or something, but
it's an inside joke. we'll keep it.
Yeah, Nintendo. Okay. Because I really respect him. It's just like this is something that I wouldn't want. Yeah. I'd rather like modify it and say like Dima fuck yourself lost or something or what. Or
I would rather you didn't do that.
Yeah. So someone, but not like it's just I respect him so much.
Yeah. I feel like I pulled this off track.
Yeah, but anyway, so this is now that we're doing it, I feel
fun.
Yeah, this is something that actually feels really good.
Yeah, and it feels really good doing it in person with you right here.
Yeah,
we could still do it remotely.
Yes,
it's not going to be quite as rich for us.
So you know what I'm thinking about is if I change the lens. So this lens is, I need to put the camera too far away. So it's a 16 millimeter lens. The camera can be like here. So you know what, for streaming, this video camera is used for streaming. And for streaming, you don't put it like 5,000 kilometers from you. Yeah. So, and I will show you the quality that comes from. Oh, you remember when the first call that we had? Probably you saw it. It's way different than just webcam.
Yes.
And so what we can have is, I don't know about you, but you have Facebook Marketplace. We could both have a way better camera and record the singular thing, but if we want these talks, but using like just the camera, and that would help. Also, during our calls, regular calls, we will have much better experience with way better quality, like presence. It's not going to be like this, but it will be. I suspect that it will substantially increase the this presence or feeling of presence. But I suspect.
I think so too. My mind for a moment is background that I've commented on this before. The streaming services actually seem to be a limiting factor right now. So I'm imagining the streaming services, Google Meet, Zoom.
Yeah.
Remember I was trying to send. Oh, I found out Google Meet is now rolling out 4K. When I tried, I hooked up my my webcam, which supports 4K, and I couldn't send you 4K. And I was like, fuck you, Google. They are just rolling out 4K right now.
Great.
But this is what I was noticing is that right now the streaming services themselves are one of the limiting factors. I think that's changing. For a moment, I was worried we might have to engage our software developer selves to also create our own streaming service.
Yeah, but this is because it would actually it might be a trap and
totally. I don't want to do that. I'm gonna leave it to the people that they're passionate about doing that now.
Yeah. So let's discuss this a little bit. I noticed that right now I'm enjoying it so much.
Yeah. Me too.
And this also, what I notice is recording it somehow gives me more energy to explore. So this thing just adds more energy. I feel like I'm being poured with more energy.
I am perhaps not as strongly as you do, but I can taste a little bit of white meat. And then again, I recognize this is new for me. In the past, this would actually suck from it. Right? It would suck from my presence, my ability to be with this. But I'm now like, oh nope, it's not doing that. And it is kind of adding some spiciness, excitement, and so I'm getting there.
So let's discuss this idea while we're driving to some cool places. The last thing I wanted to do on camera for some weird reason is to share.
Experiment?
No. It's just we already did an experiment. There are many things that we could do also here, but I'm worried that for the first time, I don't want to do too much of this.
I'm already getting tired.
Yes. So
I am tired.
I wanted to share you. Remember that I told you about this. So if you have two things like two opposing things or two things that contradict each other, then and it's what would be an example? Like this example with the smoke and play. these two parts of myself, or two intentions, or I want to procrastinate. I have to do the work. I want to procrastinate, for example. Or I want to be a software developer. I want to be a coach. Or I want to. And so, there is this, I mentioned there is this second experiment called sensing opposed forces. There's a certain description to it, but which is cool. And you try something, but there is this term they call that creative pre-commitment. To sound English,
Never heard of it.
So
what is creative pre-commitment?
And they like describe it. It is the situation of being at the indifference point of a continuum, poised between, but aware of. So you're between these two things, and you're aware of and interested in the potential situations which extend in either direction. So you basically are viewing both, not as something better or worse. Yeah. It's like you're before those, like this, and I'm neither, and both, and I'm before those, and I'm interested. It's like wonder. I also thought like, oh, this, and I'm interested in both, and but I'm not choosing any.
Yeah, for me, it seems like sitting in the middle, rather than like judging one as less valuable or less desirable, and the other as which will then pull you toward one and push one away.
Yes.
Which then
basically you abandon one or reject one part or one thing and
yearn for one or chase one. Yeah, and then so it's finding that point where kind of like just hold them both sort of equally. Okay.
So this
creative indifference.
Creative pre-commitment.
Pre-commitment. Right.
So you're not committed to.
There was an indifference.
So, and this is like it's a little weird, like pre-commitment. So before you committed to one option, you are like in the state of being creatively before these options.
Okay.
And that's it. So this is, and they describe like one feels the beckoning to action, but is not yet committed to either side.
Cool.
And then they describe this is like it's now to return to the original problem. Just what does all this have to do with resistances? Situations in which you encounter blocks in carrying out tasks. These experiments you have to set for yourself is as conflicting situations. And furthermore, the conflict is between one part of your personality and another. It's like these, like, I want to procrastinate, basically I don't want to do, and this, and there is this conflict. And so what does this whole thing do? This is my problem. Of one part you are aware, the part that sets the tasks and tries to carry them through. Let me do yoga nidra, let me do these meditations, let me do. Of the other part, the resistor, you are less or not at all aware. To the extent that you run up against resistances, they frequently seem far from being of your own creation and to be inflicted on you from the outside. So it's like it's not I'm doing this, I'm being oppressed by it, like imposed from the outside.
Why is this?
Why it seems to be so, or why they just describe how it feels. Why this happens, I think maybe in this theory part of the book, you can. So, but it's basically like this thing is meant for how you could relate to helping both sides without rejecting or adding more resistance, basically.
Okay.
So this is, but it seems like looks like wonder, actually, creative pre-commitment. It's like, I like you both. Oh, what is this? They do not describe it like that, but creative pre-commitment. It's like, I'm interested in both. Oh, what?
I feel like I don't I feel like trying to like them both is effort. It's like, what if I just really don't like one?
Being interested in both.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Something about just like, being wondering about both. Like just looking at them, right? Just kind of objectively. Yeah. Doesn't mean liking them feels like there's something you have to do. They might not like it.
They
I
specifically
can wonder why I don't like it. Wonder what it is I don't like about it.
Yes, and it did this seem to expect for you to like?
No, it was something you said about liking them both. It was when you said that I was like, oh, I might not want to like one of them, but what this is suggesting of like being in the middle,
this is
suggesting I
suggesting
can contact them both equally in a way.
Yeah, they say actually being at the indifference point.
Yeah,
and this is what you're like. It's like I'm not choosing each one.
I'm not choosing. I don't know if I like it or not.
But
indifferent
and interested in the potential situation. So you're interested in both, but you're not preferring. But probably what you mean, what you meant about liking, it's about like I'm preferring this one over this one.
Or I might, or I have to prefer them equally.
Yeah, but I might. What I notice is that I might, if I allow myself to actually like some like more some of these options, but stay at least like it's like but not commit to it.
Yeah.
Like but not to
it's a
pre-commitment.
But like but not chase it. Dislike but not run away from it.
Yeah.
Not resist it.
Yeah.
Stay in the middle and just explore both of those.
Yeah. So this is what I'm interested in, and